Welcome, and I hope that you are having a fantastic day. We're going to talk about cryptocurrency news today, and did a lottery winner become a Bitcoin whale? So let's get right into it. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is my opinion. I am not smarter than you. You are smarter than you realize. Do not trust what I say. Do your own research. So not long ago, this young man, or maybe he's older, depending on how young or old you happen to be, won $500,000 in a lottery. So Reddit roasts, and the guy got roasted. $500,000 lottery winner who invested half of it in Bitcoin. An Illinois man provides proof of his $500,000 in lottery winnings and claims he put half of them in Bitcoin. Reddit roasts the man with crypto memes and says he made several crucial mistakes. Either way, his investment has already paid off with almost 100% return. An Illinois man won the lottery earlier this year and has invested half of his winnings into Bitcoin. The man who posted the score via Reddit confirmed on Monday that he had purchased roughly $178,000 worth of Bitcoin back in May. He also challenged readers to remind him in 8 months if the investment was a good one, presumably in relation to the Bitcoin price. Reddit had other ideas, of course. Going by the handle of Jackson Lowell, the man explained that he had first had to fork over $143,000 in taxes to the state, while half of his $357,000 in net winnings went into a year-long Bitcoin investment. The other half was directed at various other real-world needs. That's the plan. I intended to not touch any of it for at least a year. I set aside money for emergencies, money for myself, and for tattoos. I paid off my old car, set up an agreement to sell it to my friend, bought a new car, and put a down payment on a house. Sounds like the guy's actually being pretty responsible with his winnings. Reddit roasted him though. So let's this is another shot of him and his winnings. And the key thing where Reddit roasted him is these two paragraphs right here. So the first one, Reddit was also not impressed with Jocksnell's decision to buy Bitcoin using stock trading app Robinhood. The fintech startup company, which has a value of $7.6 billion this year, does not, and this is the key thing, does not allow users to transfer crypto. In other words, if you're going to Robinhood and you're buying cryptocurrency on Robinhood, the cryptocurrency stays on Robinhood. You can't withdraw the cryptocurrency. You can only withdraw cash. And so while it's an interesting concept that they say that you're purchasing cryptocurrency, I don't understand why you can't withdraw it. It may be because they haven't taken the time to build out the technical infrastructure to allow people to withdraw cryptocurrency. And I haven't researched what I'm about to say, but I'm guessing if you can't withdraw cryptocurrency, you probably cannot deposit cryptocurrency. And so the only thing, it sounds to me like you're most likely, you jump in, you deposit cash, you buy cryptocurrency with cash, you convert it back to cash, and then you can withdraw it out of the market. Now, the downside to all of that is one of the advantages, or one of the main reason why cryptocurrency came into existence, is so that people can be your own bank. And what they mean by being your own bank is the whole purpose of a bank is, well, I shouldn't say the whole. One of the purposes to banks is so that regular people have somewhere where they can deposit their money and that their money will be kept safe, so that you don't have to put all your cash underneath a mattress or put all your cash in a coffee can and go bury it in the backyard, which in many ways is quite unsafe. This gives you a easy, convenient way. The idea behind cryptocurrency is that you can actually physically store your own savings using either a software wallet or a hardware wallet that is a self-managed, censorship-resistant place to put your money. In other words, if the men with guns showed up at your house and said, give us all your money, whether it's bad guys or the government, if you had it buried in the backyard and they were aware of that, they could go in your backyard and easily dig it up. Or if they thought that you had it somewhere in the house, they could easily check under your mattress and find it there, or whatever location you stashed it in your house, there's a possibility that they could find it. With cryptocurrency, it's much more difficult for them to find, and if it's in a hardware wallet or a software wallet, it will not be possible for them to just take it. Whereas money that's deposited in a bank account, if the IRS says, we think that you didn't pay all your taxes, they can walk in. They don't even walk into the bank anymore. They just make a phone call or send them an electronic message and tell them to freeze your funds, and they can even withdraw your funds right out of the bank account without you ever knowing. And you won't find out until you actually try to spend the money. So one of the big ideas behind cryptocurrency is so that you can be your own bank by having either a software wallet or a hardware wallet. I recommend, and this is not financial advice, this is my personal opinion, but for safety reasons, I always use hardware wallets, and I recommend that people use hardware wallets. So that's the first point here, is that you couldn't take the money off of the Robinhood app, or the cryptocurrency off of the Robinhood app as cryptocurrency. Another thing that they mentioned was it also takes the Robinhood app a scary week and a half to cash out any Bitcoin position. That dodgy policy leads critics to reiterate the old crypto adage, not your keys, not your crypto. So what does that old adage mean, not your keys, not your crypto? With cryptocurrency, you have private keys and public keys. If those private keys are not yours, if you're not the one who controls the private keys, and think of the private keys as a really long 32 or 64 digit secret password. And that secret password is a whole bunch of random numbers, letters, characters, etc., all compressed into this really long code. Now, with a hardware wallet, you don't have to ever remember that entire long code. You have the hardware wallet to do that for you. And with a hardware wallet, that code never leaves your hardware wallet. And a hardware wallet in size is about the size of, a large modern day remote control car key. If you've got one of those car keys that has a button to unlock the doors, those larger car keys is about the size of many hardware wallets. Now, some hardware wallets will go from that to something a little bit bigger, kind of between the size of a large car key and the size of a small cell phone. There's ones that are kind of in between those two sizes. And then there's some hardware wallets that are actually the size of a cell phone. Like one of the smaller Apple cell phones, not the large or jumbo size cell phones, but kind of the small cell phone size. And so these hardware wallets protect you because your private keys are never exposed to the internet, and because they're never exposed online with most hardware wallets, nobody can actually access your funds, because those long private key numbers are so long that it would take a current modern day computer hundreds and thousands of years just to go through all of the different possibilities in order to crack your address and take your Bitcoin, your cryptocurrency. So it's always a good idea to keep your keys of your crypto and possess the crypto yourself. Because That's one of the big selling points of having a cryptocurrency, is that you have complete control over your own cryptocurrency, and it's not accessible by any government. It's not accessible by any person. It's not accessible by any court. It's not accessible by others in order to take it. In fact, the typical way that people have their funds stolen is because they left them on an exchange such as Robinhood or Bitcoin. I'm sorry, not Bitcoin. Coinbase, Gemini, Huobi, HitBTC. There's several hundred different cryptocurrency exchanges out there, and people have a tendency to buy cryptocurrency, to put it on an exchange so that they can either buy or sell other cryptocurrencies, and then people will tend to leave their cryptocurrency on that exchange. And that's kind of like leaving your cryptocurrency in a bank, but it's not like today's banks that where it's protected by the FDIC. Most cryptocurrency exchanges are not protected by the FDIC, and so your cryptocurrency is in a bank that's controlled by the wild, wild west, and the exchange could go out of business and you've lost your cryptocurrency, or somebody can hack into that exchange and steal your cryptocurrency. And there's a lot of other reasons that it's unwise to keep your cryptocurrency out there on an exchange such as Robinhood. In fact, it wasn't until this article that I actually learned that with Robinhood in particular, that you're not able to withdraw cryptocurrency. I'm surprised at that, because that to me is a huge negative as to why I would not want to exchange or trade, buy or sell cryptocurrency on the Robinhood exchange, because the first thing I want to do is withdraw my cryptocurrency into a hardware wallet once I have done either my trading or purchasing of cryptocurrency with cash. So anyway, those are my thoughts. Thought this was quite interesting. My question of you is, how can I be of service to you? I want you to know that there are organizations out there, whether it's a government organization or a big business, they don't really care about you and I. They're out for themselves, and if they can help you and they profit from it, great. But if they profit and it doesn't help you, to them that's great also. So they don't really care about you and I, but I want you to know I care about you. I'm here to help you. I want you to succeed with your cryptocurrency adventures and ventures. You're investing in cryptocurrency. I want to be able to help you with that. Don't ever send me your cryptocurrency. I'm not trying to take your money. I just want to be of service to you. So if you have questions, please leave them in the comments below. If you disagree with anything that I've said, I'm very interested in hearing your polite disagreements. In the meantime, I hope that you will like, subscribe, and hodl. Have a fantastic day.